Okay, good day, students. Today we'll be focusing on information transfer. Information transfer is the fifth part. Okay, information transfer is the fifth part of paper 1, which means this is the last part. Okay, now we'll go through the same three criteria. The first one would be the type, the second one would be the challenges, and the third one would be the tips. But however, students, you have no issues, or you shouldn't be having any issues, because you have been doing this from Form 1. So this is something that you are very used to be doing. So this should be easy. However, the text, the type of the material that is being used, as well as the level of the language could be harder. All right. Now, the type of the text, there are various extended texts, okay? Different extended texts, generally based on the studies that have outcomes from which many questions can be derived. So the text would basically be an outcome of a study, or maybe a statistics with words, whereby you can deduce information. So the text type vary, okay? Now, the challenge for this particular question is the ability to lift the correct answers, and also the ability to analyze and infer information. Now, these are the two important things. The first one is the ability to lift the correct answers, and the second one is being able to analyze and infer information. Now, when we talk about the ability of lifting the correct answer, the answers would be in the text, isn't it? So you need to thoroughly understand the text and also understand the context of the question for you to be able to lift the answer within the word limits given. Because normally the word limits are given. For this particular part, you can only lift nothing more than 3 words. So for that, you need to be able to analyze and infer information. Sometimes there would be a need for you to change the form of a word. It could have been in the form of verb. You might want to convert it in the form of noun. There can be rare cases of such. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the tips. Now, for the tips, read the question carefully to get the overall idea, and then identify the answers based on the questions. Do not overlift. Be very, very mindful, because each question carries 1 mark. If you overlift, you lose the mark, albeit the fact that your answer does have the correct answer. If you exceed the word limit, you have overlifted. Therefore, you would not be awarded that 1 mark. So be very mindful of the number of the words lifted. Okay, this is something that you have been always doing, so you shouldn't have a problem in handling this. Now let's dive in straight to the practice. Okay, please be very attentive. Now, I know it is quite hard for you to see. Are you able to see, students?
Yes.
You can see?
Yes, sir, I can see.
How many of you say no? Can you say it out loud that you can't see?
I can see clearly.
You can or cannot?
Cannot.
You cannot. So I'll have to make it big. Then if I were to make it big, then you wouldn't be able to see them. And it's okay. We'll do this. We'll read the questions first, as how we are supposed to do it. Now, can I have a volunteer to read the question, please? Can I have a volunteer to read the question?
I'll do it.
Sir, I read.
All right. Yes. Go ahead.
Suggest the right way to.
Give me a second. Harishran
Okay,
is
sir.
insisting that I admit him. Okay. All right. I don't do this, but never mind that he is personally requested. Okay. Now, yes.
Suggest
Yes, read.
suggest the right way to keep their hearts happy for the people below based on their situations.
Continue reading.
People and their situation. Ramesh, I have a very low resistance for fast foods. I cannot hold the temptation to eat them. Jamil, I always give into my inner voice that suggests that I am up to no good. Kevin, my addiction started by the influence of my friends. Lately, I could hardly survive without taking some puffs. Jayu, I have been burning my midnight oil on daily basis due to the overwhelming pile of office chores.
So you have got to find the right way to keep their hearts happy. Now, questions 37 to 40. Continue reading.
Complete the notes below using the information from the text. Choose no more than two words from the passage from each answer. A health heart
How
to
many
a
words?
happy
No more than how many words?
two words.
No, exactly. So bear that in your mind. Okay. Continue, Ma.
A healthy heart to a happy life. Did you know that you are only required to spend each day to exercise? Liquor and other base beverage can increase fat levels in the blood. The most common factor, especially to the younger generation, is which leads to an unhealthy lifestyle, is a deadly chemical substance that can greatly increase the heart rate.
Okay. Now, from here, what could you conclude? What do you think is in the text? What are the possible suggestions? Uh, or what are the suggestives of the text? What do you think is in the text?
Way to keep the heart happy.
Okay, way to keep the heart happy. Other than that, might this talk about eating disorder? I have a very low resistance for fast foods.
Yeah.
Eating disorder, yes, obviously. Does it talk about lack of motivation?
Yes.
Yes. Does this talk about addiction?
Yes.
Yeah. Insomnia, sleeplessness?
Yes.
Okay, you see, I am
Yes.
basing all these conclusions on these questions, on these situations. That is how you have to deduce the text. That is how you have to analyze and infer. I have very low resistance for fast foods. I cannot hold the temptation to eat them. That means he is suffering from eating disorder. I always give in to my inner voice that suggests that I'm up to no good. That is lower motivation. My addiction started by the influence of my friends. It means you are suffering from addiction. I have been burning my midnight oil on daily basis due to the overwhelming pile of office chores. That shows that you are suffering from sleeplessness due to your heavy timetable. And then here, a healthy heart to a happy life. Now we move on to read the text. Is it big enough to read, or do I need to make it bigger?
It's a little bit bigger, sir.
Make it
Oh,
bigger, sir.
all right, then I'll go slow. I have to request Kenneth. Can you read, Kenneth?
Yes, I can, sir.
I read, sure. So, what does your heart want? An awareness campaign. 7 ways to keep your heart happy. 1. Get exercise for at least 30 minutes a day. Physical activity don't only include going to the gym. Walking or jogging around your village could serve as your everyday exercise. This reduces chances of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. 2. Make sure to get enough sleep. People who are deprived of sleep are more prone to obesity, high blood pressure, and other diseases. 7 to 9 hours of sleep each day is necessary. 3. Cut the intake of alcoholic beverages. Beverages which contain alcohol can raise the level of some fats in the food in the blood, eventually leading to heart failure. Number 4. Limit the intake of food rich in saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol. Only 30% of your daily calories should come from fat, with very little of that from saturated fats. 5. Quit smoking. Nicotine, a chemical found in cigarettes, significantly increases the heart rate. This may lead to heart attack or worse cases. 6. Get rid of stress. Stress could lead to higher blood pressure and an unhealthy lifestyle. Stress-free mind equals to healthy heart. 7. Have a positive outlook in life. Be happy. Appreciate the good things and appreciate good things. Live your life to the fullest. Like us on Facebook, blah blah blah.
All right, thank you so much. Now, this is the time we go and read the rubric. Suggest the right way to keep their hearts happy for the people based on their situation. Now, it is highlighted the right way to keep their heart happy. So we've got to sort for the ways to keep your heart happy, isn't it? So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one of those, which is the way. So you have to first write the way. So here in this box, it has to be the way and not the elaboration. Now let's go one by one. I have a very low resistance for fast foods. I cannot hold the temptations to eat them. Now you tell me the answer.
So number 3.
Are you sure? Number 3.
Number 4, sir.
Number?
Number 4, sir.
sir.
Number 4, isn't it? Limit the intake of
Yes,
food
sir.
rich in saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol. Should you write the whole thing? Should you write from limit right up to cholesterol?
No.
Yes. That is the way.
Yes, sir, Margaret.
You need to write from limit right up to the word cholesterol. Limit the intake of food rich in saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol. You need to take the whole thing because number 1, do you see any word limit here for questions 33 to 36? No. Number 2, it says the right way. So here there are 7 ways. So way number 1, way number 2, way number 3, they're all highlighted or they're all bold. They're all written in a bold manner. So you've got to lift the whole title. You don't need to write only 30% of your daily calories should come from fat with very little of that from saturated. That is not needed. But you need to take the whole thing from limit the intake of food rich in saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol. That is what you've got to write. Now, second one. I always give in to my inner voice that suggests that I am up to no good. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Number 7.
Number 7, sir.
7.
Number 7, isn't it? Have
Number
a
7, sir.
positive outlook in life. Okay. On contrary, if you see there, I've given. I mean, I made this question, and this person, Mr. Jamil here, is my very good friend who always suggests me to be positive, which is why I dedicated this number to him. Okay, now look at the next one. Kevin, my addiction started by the influence of my friends. Lately, I could hardly survive without taking some puffs. So it's possibly.
Number 3, sir.
Why do you take alcohol in puffs?
So what
What
means
do you
puff,
take
sir?
in puffs?
Number 5.
Number 5, taking puffs
So
is
number 5.
smoking.
Quit smoking.
That is exactly, that's the clue. That is the contextual clue that you need to infer. You
Sir.
understand now? It is not direct.
Sir, what's a puff, sir?
Puffs.
Puff is cigarette, nah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
sir.
You take a puff when you smoke. So quit smoking. That is why what I mean by the answers not being given directly. So you have got to be very careful for the contextual clues. So you need to understand the text holistically and contextually. I've been telling this from the beginning, isn't it? So this is
Yes,
SPM
sir.
level, huh? So you need to be mindful of that. Okay, now next one.
Okay, sir.
Jayu, I have been burning my midnight oil on daily basis due to the overwhelming pile of office chores. So what should he do?
Sir, number 6, sir.
Number 6, sir.
Are you
Number 6,
sure?
get rid of
Number
stress.
2.
Is he stressed?
2, sir.
That's okay. Let's look. Okay, you have between number 2 and number 6. Let's look. I have been burning my midnight oil on daily basis due to overwhelming pile of office chores. But did he say anything about being stressed?
No.
No, what do you think is the answer?
Make sure to get
Number
enough
two.
sleep.
Number 2, sir.
Number 2, make sure to get enough sleep. So you know now that it is not as easy as it may seem. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Here, complete the notes below using the information from the text. Choose no more than 2 words, not 1 word, not 3 words. It can be 1 word though. It can be 1 word though, but it should not be more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. Did you know that you are only required to spend dash each day to exercise? Now, if you talk about exercise, you've got to be here. So what do you think is the answer?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Excellent. 30 minutes. So here the answer is 30 minutes, 2 words. Liquor and other based beverages can increase fat levels in the blood. So you've got to see this.
Alcohol.
Now, very good. It's obviously number 3, right? It should be number 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you with me, students?
Beverage.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, listen. Here it says alcoholic beverage, correct?
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Now here, liquor and other alcoholic-based beverages. Does that make sense? Is it correct grammatically?
Not
Correct,
correct.
sir.
No. So you should change it to alcohol. Liquor and other alcohol-based beverages can increase fat levels in the blood. This is what I told you by changing the form of the word. Alcoholic is an adjective. You've got to change it to alcohol, which is a noun. Understand? Now, the next one. The most common factor, especially to the younger generation, is which leads to an unhealthy lifestyle. What is it? Younger generation?
Look,
Smoke. Either.
No.
have a
Which
positive
speaks about
outlook in life. Intake food, sir.
2 words.
Positive outlook.
Let's see positive outlook. The most common factor, especially to the younger generation, is positive outlook, which leads to an unhealthy lifestyle. Does it make sense? Which is causing an unhealthy lifestyle? That's the clue there. Unhealthy lifestyle. Look for unhealthy lifestyle.
Stress.
Obviously, get rid of stress. Stress could lead to higher blood pressure and an unhealthy lifestyle. So here, the most
Unhealthy
common
lifestyle.
factor, especially to the younger generation, is stress, which leads to an unhealthy lifestyle. Now it makes sense, isn't it? And the last one is a deadly chemical substance that can greatly increase the heart rate. Is a deadly chemical substance that can greatly increase the heart rate. What is that chemical substance?
Nicotine.
Can we say cigarette?
And
No.
no, sir.
No. What should be the answer?
Alcoholic.
No. No.
Nicotine.
Nicotine. Yes. The answer is nicotine. So nicotine is a deadly chemical substance. This is the clue there. This is the clue.
Clue.
The deadly
Yes.
chemical substance that can greatly increase the heart rate. So you've got to see. Now, alcohol, does it increase heart rate? It doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. But what does? If you were to look at quit smoking, nicotine, a chemical found in cigarettes, significantly increase the heart rate. This may lead to heart attack or worse cases. So it's deadly, right? That is why a deadly chemical substance. You see, when I said the question, I would want to make it a bit more complex. Okay? To put it on par to SPM standard. So it behooves you as SPM students to live up to the text standards as well as the questions which are on par to SPM levels. Are you clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's move on. Okay, we have vocabulary. Now, the 5 new words for today. The first one, today will be at alphabet E. Edible, can be eaten. Edify, to make understand. Elucidate, to make clear and comprehensible. Okay, I was elucidating the methods to handle information transfer, for example. Elude, to escape physically or mentally. And lastly, to entreat, which is to ask for or request earnestly. These 5 words, you can either screenshot it, or when the lessons are uploaded in YouTube as early as tomorrow morning, you can go and you can check out the lessons and you can take down the words. Okay? All right. Now, thank you very much. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Should you have any questions, you can ask.
No, sir.